And I keep trying to convince Caleb to go in and, like, take this teaching job. That way we can have an inside man. But he's like, oh, just, wanna dip my feet in. And it's just...
Why? He needs to just do it. He needs to do it. He needs to do it.
Now, we pull away from the ship in the ocean, instead back to the massive capital city of the Dwendalian Empire, known as Rexentrum. Here, we get closer to the continuously sprawling skyscape of numerous towers and buildings, archways, and multi-layered neighborhoods upon others. The topography of this town is this intense central cityscape where people can easily get lost, whether they choose to or not. But here, towards the center, not too far from Ongibuk Castle, there is the Soltris Academy grounds, where the finest of academic learning within the Empire partakes in the student body that comes to learn from it. Here, in the late afternoon, we come to the second floor of one of the various academy halls. Heading through a series of glass windows, we come into a classroom, where a smattering of just over a dozen students sit behind desks. As they all look up to the front of the room, we see, in the process of finishing a lecture, the guest teacher, Caleb Widowcast.
On the tail end of a guest lecture, because I don't have tenure here or anything. Astrid has been trying to coax me, Beauregard as well, to take a position, but I'm not quite ready for that. I've only been home for a few months, but here I am speaking to these students, and I'm on the tail end. And Caleb looks around the room and resorts to his notes, pausing. And with that, I think we can all see the importance of a strong grasp of the alchemical base as you climb the higher rungs of the transmutative ladder. But if I could leave you with one challenge as we break for today, it would be to set aside the what and the how for some time and to consider the why. Now, as each of you leaves the academy and you go on to poke and prod at the edges of reality, ask yourselves what the knowledge and power you've gained here is for. Transmutation is a powerful tool for change. How will you use it to alter the world around you? And to what end? And ask yourself, how will it change you? When I studied at this school myself, that question was never on any exam. Maybe it should have been. Also, make time in your studies for history, or you will be doomed to repeat it. History is littered with sharp-minded individuals like yourselves who bit off more than they can chew. And it somehow always comes back to bite them in the butt. But that is all for today. Bis später.
Please, students, give a warm and round of applause and thank you for our guest speaker, a previous alumni student of the Academy, Mr. Caleb Widowcast. Thank you so much for coming. And it's a class dismissed.
The students
All right,
begin
Gunter, just quickly.
gathering their things, their books, and picking up their satchels, and the bustle of them all discussing things completely unrelated to the class.
Dr. Jones.
Just like I love you.
No,
Ich liebe dich.
as the students do leave, there is one young, kind of 16-year-old looking half-elf girl, bookish, spectacles, and her hair, this kind of like, kind of strawberry poof of kind of blonde red hair. She kind of nervously walks up to you, kind of books clutched in her hand.
Mr. Caleb Widowcast.
Yeah, your name was Root, wasn't it?
Yes, Ruth Vanilda. I was just wanted to say thank you for your lecture. It was very nice to have you back in here. It's always very nice to have you here in class. We learn a lot.
It's becoming a bit of a habit, isn't it?
Please. Anyway, hope you come back.
And she nervously shuffles out of the room, kind of a blush on her face, and leaves the chambers.
Hopefully the students have grappled onto any of it.
Well, I would like to think that the student body here will learn thinking skills and the ability to think for themselves.
Of course.
Not just memorize by rote.
Indeed. I find the presentation a bit dramatic and theatrical at times for my tastes. To each their own, I suppose. And, so is the arrogance of youth.
Yeah. Good day.
Good day.
He kind of places his hand in the doors, kind of open up.
Ugh, what an arschloch. Still feels beyond surreal to be here. And Beauregard has been pushing me to take up permanently. Maybe I will, but not quite ready yet. Anyway, she'll want a report for the day. We share a sending stone now to share information back and forth between the cities, so I'm going to head back to my own small cottage, which is very much in the style of the home that Bren was raised in. There's 2 small planter boxes out front full of green beans, and a room at the back where he teaches a handful of students who were not accepted at the academy, who still show great promise. And occasionally, Beth brings Luke by for a starter class or 2. Not that she is incapable of teaching the boy herself. She is very capable. But it is fun to teach.
Bottle of wine and warm it up.
Just to confirm,
Warm it up.
Caleb still looks and smells like shit, right? Like, just
He has
covered in.
a branded cologne. I think that he will put up the tower inside his home. The home is really more of a front, and he'll spend time in the study. And wonder if he'll get a visit from his Kryn friend this week.
Caleb! Our boat sank! Everybody... Well...
Oh no.
Ukatoa is awake or something? Ford gave away the key. We need you. We're in...
Jester, it's so good to hear from you. If you message me back, tell me where you are.
Spell slot.
That's all he said? That's all...
Immediately, I pull out my sending stone. Hello, Beauregard. I know that it is outside working hours, and that can be a bit of a prickly pear with you, but we have a bit of an emergency. Are you available to talk?
Sorry. Hang up. Yeah, Caleb. Hi. Okay.
I set the stone away from me, 2 feet away.
Really?
What do you need?
Then I will instantly teleport outside of Yeza and Beth's home.
As you arrive here, mid-evening in the streets of Nicodranas.
Sorry.
Sure, of course.
We're gone.
Bye, family!
No, wait.
That's okay. Jester can message them later. Let's go!
Yeah, you're already gone.
You're in your shimmy.
Caleb?
Too quick.
Always.
I mean, not... okay.
We go!
He blushes, and the last thing you see is his cheeks redden as you...
Catches up on the sand.
It's Caleb Shaw!
You all look like...
Not there you are.
Sorry, I tried to get us here faster. I did my best.
Oh, hello.
A mile or so into the forest.
Okay, so I'll just go and start to veer down in that direction.
What do you see, Caleb Eagle? Kegel.
I'm going to pull out a stick of incense and a crystal vial with phosphorescent material and crack one and rub it in the palm of my hand, making a sigil, drawing it in the air, and I will cast
She's learning.
hypnotic pattern.
Caleb, you're up.
Yeah, okay. I slam the Storm Rider boots together and take to the air. And I go into the air and I'm going to zip right along over his body.
Okay.
Close enough so that the boots scorch his body with lightning. And as I swing by, I'm dragging a lodestone up my arm and I drag a disintegrate beam across his entire body.
Oh, shit!
36 plus 40. So 76 points.
What? Plus 40?
Damage. Yeah, it's disintegrate.
That is gnarly. That's wizard shit.
Just reach out really quick and lay my hand on Chester's arm and say, oh, just like old times, yeah? Be safe. And I push myself to standing and I hit the boots, blast up into the sky, and you see 3 Calebs shooting up past the mast, and I fly to here. And just when I hit here, massive blue dragon appears in the sky.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's going to go ahead and multi-attack. It's going to be a slam against... That's going to be a slam against you.
Yeah.
That's your dragon form.
Got in its face for.
That's going to be... 20?
Dude.
Shield.
Because you can do that in your...
Dragons can do shield!
Well, in the
on.
spell he's using,
Yeah.
Shape Change, he gets to cast
Oh,
spells.
what? That's so cool.
The tendril whips out to try and grab you and just
And spell.
ricochets off of this arcane form, this field that appears around the dragon.
All right, so Caleb Dragon is going to fly. He's going to wheel around and go, well, do I need to recharge? Or at this point, is
this
it all
point, I'll
gravy?
allow it.
Cool. So, and then he's going to fly up into the air, and you see him go like 50, 60, 70 feet in the air, and that blue dragon goes, poof. Suddenly you see a massive turtle shell, and a dragon turtle drops out of the sky and goes, on Ukatoa's head, and then just rolls into the water.
Sure.
Well,
What are you up to?
I return to Rexentrum and pick up where I left off. So there are many late night meetings, not in person with Beauregard. Everything's done on sand and stone these days. And we continue our work together. Occasionally hop over to different towns to have dinner with different friends. I finally get it over with, and both at Beauregard's constant pestering and Astrid's requests as well, I do take up a position at the Soltris Academy as a teacher of transmutation, both to mold a future generation and to keep tabs on the aftermath of the Volstrecker program and keep tabs on my friends, Astrid and Adolf. I do visit the camp and give a few workshops. I try to teach the children how to create a single glowing globule, but only one 14-year-old boy and Luke are the only two who are able to muster it, but everyone tried their best. So, gold star. I start the tradition of gathering up all of us once a month at a different location every time of our choosing, and we stay for 2 nights in the tower and catch up and fill each other in on everything that we're doing. And in those first 2 weeks back, I continue to teach my private practice. I continue to tend the green beans on my property, and every day as I'm in the garden, I look up the road and wonder if I will see my friend return.
And you do. Within a short time after this journey, eventually you hear that familiar knock at your door. And upon opening it, you see the image of a young elven man, blonde hair, kind of hood up a bit, who steps into your chambers, and right as he crosses the threshold, the illusion fades, and you see the the light lavender skin and white hair of Essek. He just kind of drifts off the ground for a bit and turns around. So, Caleb, we do guest. I hear there is a story you have to tell me about a grand sea adventure that you went on.
I hope, like, I know we have lots of ideas for the 9 and doing things with them, but I hope that we return to play more games with them because I really love those assholes.
I have ideas. I have thoughts. Yeah.
We had to finish with the third topic.
We didn't have to. We could have.
No, I have to hit all 3 of the main points, and the ones on the bottom, those are optional.
Ah, you mean
Liam
this
is a
Liam.
good student.
One of us.
Why
a lot
was
of mores.
Caleb so reluctant to accept a position at the Soltress Academy? And how does he feel
pretty
now
fresh.
that he's taken
Ew,
it
it's
on?
Allison.
So why didn't he run towards a job at the Soldiers Academy? Well, it's unclear how much of the Volstrucker program still exists. It's unclear how many members of the assembly are still involved. It's unclear how much, either entirely or 80% or 20% of the school is in the pocket of shitty people. So he didn't want to become part of the system. Again, it's still really early with lots of things changing, and even just like, I'm buying a house and my friends are leaving and my SO is on the lam, all these things. But I think ultimately better to keep your enemies close. And Beauregard sort of kicked his butt toward it too. So that's why.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.